Freminet.
Hey, Freminet, thelxie, we're here.
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Hello juga.
Is the crown ready?
Nah, gimana tuh?
We're just waiting for Zuria now.
Jadi tunggu yang memeriksa, nunggu pemesannya. Dan belum datang.
Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Lah, siapa itu?
Oh, and speaking of,
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
Tiba-tiba orang ini datang begitu saja ya.
What could have happened? That water imp thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went
Yadu,
missing.
orang di part pertama itu.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Freminet. Even the missing fish was his fault.
Lagian sih cuman pakai gosip doang. Yaduh.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Freminet diving? No, that's not what
Lah,
happened
terus
at all.
apa itu?
I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child
Sebulan lalu?
heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open
Lah,
stretch of
kok
water.
bisa?
He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Nah, yakin apa cuman gosip lagi?
Sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old.
Yaduh, muda amat cuma 8 tahun.
Let's go to stray.
Wait, let's go to Stray?
Yeah, that's the name.
Nah,
They said
jangan-jangan
that
Freminet
Lavalier
tahu itu
moved
anak.
to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
It can't be, right? Let's go Destray? Zuria Destray? It must be
Ayo
some
kita
sort of a
ke rumah
coincidence.
keluarga Distri.
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
Selanjutnya gimana ini? Pergi ke rumah Madam Juria Distri. Lokasinya cukup dekat ya, cuma 300 meter. Jadi nggak jauh-jauh amat. Sampai juga di rumah Madam Juria Distri.
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this...
Who are you?
Lah, siapa itu?
Here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be. and-
Kok ada pasien?
To report.
Siapa pasiennya? Pintu terbuka setelah bunyi
This
sejenak.
is the residence of Zuria Destri, and I am Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's
Waduh,
no longer
gimana
with us.
tuh?
And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends by any chance?
Kamu menceritakan pada dokter tentang semuanya.
So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days,
So if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable
Lah, kok
delusions is the
madamnya yang
Madame
sakit?
herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the
Ya,
young
do
master
akhirnya terungkap.
she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She
Nah,
didn't
iya
look
kan?
like she had a handle on
Kemarin kelihatan sehat-sehat aja, nggak ada masalah apapun.
Just to stay optimistic. But you're saying
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Ya, ternyata orang yang kemarin.
then all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
Ya, pantesan. Jadi gimana keadaan Madam Juria sekarang?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well.
Terus pas malam kenapa tuh?
She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more.
Ya, agak
I
kasihan ya.
prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first.
Ya, kita harus tetap tenang.
What should we do? I need to think.
Nah, mikir apa tuh?
I need to remember the old house of the hearth and the children who lived in it. Those patients and what their doctors said back then.
Gimana kalau?
What if... Dr. Jalakan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about
Nah,
before?
coba dulu lah ya, siapa tahu bisa.
It's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
Dokter dengan cepat mengambil buku dan menyerahkannya kepada
This
Freminet.
is it.
Kita harus selesaikan petualangan dan bukunya.
That's right. If what Dr. Jalakan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
Nah, bener tuh.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality.
Aduh, agak
Our first
kasihan.
priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now...
Ya, ternyata ingin menolong dirinya sendiri.
And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
Harus dicoba dulu.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
Langsung lah ya, nggak usah kelamaan. Pergi ke kerajaan siluman air.
We're here again.
Iya, kita ke sini lagi.
The most important person is
Dan ini adalah tahap akhir perjalanan thelxie. Ngomong apa lagi ini si thelxie?
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right everyone?
Ya, aku yakin.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Selanjutnya melawan musuh. Ya, aduh.
Oh, brave adventurers. Here comes the
Aduh, aduh, aduh.
crown. There. Let me see Cyclops.
Aduh, nggak bisa ganti. Lawan ruin guard ini meresahkan.
There's no need to fear.
Gua harus mengarahkan ke tengah ya. Aduh, lawannya. Aduh, aduh, aduh.
Today, he must be going
Aduh, 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 aduh. Gua arahin ke tengah ya musuhnya. Ya, nggak kena. Nggak kena, kejauhan. Tadi ada apaan itu? Lari, lari. Stamina-nya pakai habis.
Let's spark things up a bit.
Let's dance. Don't move.
Aduh, 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 aduh. Aduh, gak kena, kejauhan. Apalagi itu?
You now, Your Highness. Water jet.
Aduh, aduh, aduh.
Bombs away.
Ya aduh, lawan apa lagi nih, robot? Dikit lagi. Nah,
To ashes!
I'll protect us.
saatnya pakai frame-net. Dikit lagi. Jadi harus gua arahin ke tengah ya. Kalau mau dibantu sama thelxie. Aduh, aduh, dikit lagi tuh. Kelar juga. Jadi untuk menggunakan bantuan thelxie harus gua arahin ke tengah ya. Sekarang lanjutannya bagaimana ini? Gelap. Loh, kok malah jadi loading simulator? Mana nih? Gelap.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends and I'm already very late.
But Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me.
Oh, jadi Juria Distri ingin bertemu dengan kita sepertinya.
Didn't you also say that you think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just...
Terus kenapa?
Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom
Bener,
of
jadi
Warriors.
orang ini yang
He will
halu.
come today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is
Nah,
still on
iya,
schedule.
tenang
Your
saja.
Friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place. Because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful. How wonderful. Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this?
Aduh, jadi orang ini yang halu bukan anaknya.
Very soon,
Agak
you will never
kasihan
be
ya.
lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book.
Lah kok
But I
kagak
don't
tahu
know
mau
what I
gambar
should
apa?
put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Nah, lu jelasin aja Pak Imon.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine, and... Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most.
Lah yang terakhir gimana itu?
The person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious
Oh,
person that had
itu
been by his
orang
side the
yang
whole time
tadi.
was none other than his mother. Zuria walked
Madam
across the bridge
Zuria.
and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel
Aduh,
lonely
agak
again.
kasihan ya. Ya, aduh, gua nggak paham dia ngomong apa.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
Thelxie ngomong apa ya?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand.
Jadi harus
what
pakai
Thelxie's
helm
saying.
lu. Preminet berjalan ke arahmu, membuka helm menyelamnya, lalu memakaikannya di kepalamu. Gimana tuh? Kok tetap tidak ada? Jadi itu yang dibilang Thelxie.
Mama loves you too.
But I love you more, Mamo.
Tunggu, apaan ini?
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Oh, jadi pantesan kenapa Madam Zuria Distri di part sebelumnya pula sambil bernyanyi.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
Akhirnya jadi seperti ini ya. Tiga hari kemudian di kemah Freminet.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Fremine, why did you
Nah, sekarang ada apa lagi?
Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks.
Nah,
She sounded full
sepertinya
of energy
kita
as well.
berhasil.
She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit.
Nah, bener kan?
But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful. So it wasn't bad news after all.
Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some point in the future you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book?
Nah, gimana tuh?
Don't worry, it's just a copy.
Ya,
She
aduh,
still has the
cuman
original.
kopian.
It's extremely important to her.
Tetapi nggak apa-apa lah ya.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said
Dia bilang apa?
that at the moment when she placed the crown on thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment,
Jadi pada momen terakhir dia merasa sembuh berkat
she was filled
kekuatan
with courage
magis.
from head to toe.
Dan dia dipenuhi keberanian.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
Jadi mungkin ini bukan cuma fantasi belaka.
But what else could it be?
A descent
Gimana
of
gua
the
tahu,
fairy
Pak
tale world
Emon?
into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That you saw it too, didn't you?
Ya, gua juga melihatnya.
Right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle.
Jadi itu keajaiban.
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Petualangan fantastis thelxie bagian 3 selesai.